Hi there, my name is Korp and welcome to another 15-minute doodle challenge. The plan is for me to show you how to draw something within 15 minutes, and the challenge is for you to see if you can do the same, if you can keep up, or even if you can do better. Okay, so materials are nice and easy. All you're going to need is a Sharpie and a fine liner. This is a 0.3 fine liner, but any kind of fat pen, thin pen combo will do the trick. I'm also using an A4 sketchbook, so yeah, go and grab those and let's get drawing. No need for a pencil because we go straight in with pens. So timer set, let's go. We're going to draw an owl, so let's start off with two great big eyes, kind of a finger width gap in between them would be ideal. Now you can see we've got two like little joins here where I haven't been particularly seamless, so what we're going to do is do something I call double lining, where you go around the line twice, not to make it twice as thick but to make it twice as wonky. And you can see how that join has disappeared. It's now a seamless join. That's exactly what we want. Let's go and do the same over this side. By going double wonky, making sure all your lines are wonky, it's just a nice easy way of drawing, less stress. You'll enjoy your artwork a little bit more. There we go, that will do nicely, nice and wonky with those lines. Okay, right, let's get inside those. We're going to do some inner eyes as well. So again, double line, double wonky, all the way around. See how wonky you can get them and still get away with it looking good. As long as all your lines are wonky, it tends to look okay. It's when you've got the odd smooth line and the odd wonky line that it makes it look like you've made a mistake. So yeah, double wonky on purpose all the time. Okay, we've got some inner eyes. Let's go right in the center now, do some pupils. So let's go for about that kind of size. Now with the pupils, we're going to color those in, so don't worry too much about double lining those because it will be lost when we color in. But yeah, put in a couple of pupils, then a couple of reflections. Let's put a couple of reflections like that. Same position on both sides. So it's not a mirror image. It is exactly, it's like a copy and paste over there. Let's color that in. Always tricky doing a bit of coloring in on the 15-minute doodle challenge because it takes a lot of time and we don't really get anywhere with it. But we want to draw attention to these eyes, so these are going to be a real contrast in your artwork. So double line, so colour in that bit, make the contrast nice and sharp there. Excellent stuff. Right, let's keep on going. So what we're going to do now is let's go and throw in a little beak. So an upside down V shape just there, quite a shallow one, I guess, and then a normal V shape underneath, but this time a little bit deeper. Don't go too far down. You see I'm just going down to the tip of the eyes there, keeping it kind of straight across there, keeps it all nice and contained. That'll do. There's our beak. Right, next bit is let's go and work in the head. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some lines, we're going to follow the inside curve just there of the eye, then when we get to the top we're just going to flick out up here somewhere. Okay, so watch this, look, follow that inside curve, flick out when you get to there, make it nice and wonky. Yeah, go and do it again. Not just a wonky line, but a wonky line, if you know what I mean. So it's not a straight line, it's wonky, and the thickness or the weight of the line is wonky as well. Definitely have it as you come back into the eye here. Look, have it so that the line gets a lot thicker in there. That's where the shadows live, so you can always afford to make it a little bit thicker and darker in there. Let's go and do something similar over on the other side. Double lining as you go along. Nice strong intersections, that's what I call that, where you make it a little bit thicker just there. Okay, that's awesome. Let's join these two lines together, but we're going to take a big dip in the middle. So let's come down, across, up that side, do it again, double line it, nice and wonky. Fabulous. Then let's start working our way down the body of this character now. We're going to fill it with loads of zentangles. So essentially we're just drawing little sections all over the place, and then we're going to fill each of those sections with some zentangle work. Okay. From this corner again, we're going to bring it into the edge of the eye. So let's go for about there. Wherever we end up there, we're going to take it through, and that's going to be the side of the character as well. So don't go right to the edge, just bring it in just a little tiny bit. That's it. Got a little bug come there to play. There we go. Look at that. Nice. So we're getting some really nice sections in here. Again, you can see the strong intersections, so just making it a little bit thicker as two lines join each other in an intersection like that. It's where the shadows live, and make it a little bit thicker just there. Okay. Okay, let's move down. We're going to put in some wings. The wings are going to be dead easy. We're just going to take that line. It's going to go behind the eye. It's going to come back out here. Let's bring it down to about there. So roughly a roughly straight line, but quite wonky as well. And then bring that line up into the eye just there. Let's go like that. Look. Again, look, you see how it's a wonky line. It's almost 3 lines there rather than just one straight line going up. Let's do something similar over the other side. So that's going to come down to about there. Double wonky, bring it back up. Join it all in, make the lines wonky, make the intersections strong, all the usual stuff. Cool, we've got some wings in there. Look at those shapes, got some really nice shapes starting to appear in here now as well. Undercarriage, let's do the undercarriage of the bird and then we can just quickly stick a trunk in. So joining this bit to this bit, but again we're going to go up and across this time. So up, across, down. Go over it again, make it wonky. Nice. That's good. Let's go and put a trunk in now. So we're going to draw a line all the way across, but it's going to be a bit of a wonky line, but it's just got to hit the feet. These bits here are the feet. We'll put some little claws in later, but let's go from about there. Look. See what I mean? Just a bit of a wonky, wobbly line all the way across. Double line it. And then we'll do another line going all the way across. Now it's going to start quite close to the line over here, but then as we get over to this point, we're just going to be a little bit further away. So like this, look. And hopefully that'll look something like a tree trunk. Okay, let's whack in a few leaves just to make it look a bit more like a tree trunk. There's one. Just curve around the edges there, look, as it attaches. It's going to do something similar on the other side. I'm just going to put one leaf in there. Maybe one small one just there. Double lining everything I do. Awesome, right, last little bit in the belly. Let's quickly move on to that. We're going to do a double circle, like a D shape, upside down, half circle, whatever you want to call it. It looks like it's smiling. It's not smiling. These are the feathers on the chest. So go around that twice, look, like that. And then what we'll do is we're going to go across with another bounce, but it's going to hit the middle there. So watch this, look, like that. And then all the way across. That looks like a smile. This next one looks like, well, it looks like feathers, yeah. This time go on the inside to add that double line, or that second line like that, look. Inside. Hope you're keeping up. One more time, bouncing all the way across, bouncing on the tips there. Keep on going until you get quite close to the bottom of the character. Once you're close to the bottom of the character, that's when you know you can stop. Again with that second line, look. Again with double lining everything you do. Awesome, right, I think that's it for fat pen. Go and grab your thin pen. We're going to start at the top, work our way down with some zentangle. So let's quickly move on. We're going to do, first one we're going to do is called a Japanese wave. Essentially it's just 3 curves getting bigger and bigger and bigger, like that. Then what you do is you just move on to the side and you put 3 more curves in, look. Move on to the side, 3 more curves. You're just going to keep on building that up till we go all the way across the edge of the head. This is going to be an absolute challenge to get all of this zentangle stuff because there's loads of detail in on this character. 3 lines, just keep on going. Then you get to a point where you can't even fit any more in, so stop when you get to that point. Once you've done one side, go and do the other side. Take your time over this. I am rushing it a little bit just to make sure I get it all done within 15 minutes. But if you're enjoying this, do it a little bit smaller. Put a little bit more effort in. Get your lines just right. Even change your colour. You've done your main lines with black. You could do these lines with a different colour if you wanted. Once you've done a row of the Japanese wave like that, just bring it down. Let's go and do another one. So just in that crack there, in that corner, let's go and start another one. Look, 1, 2, 3, and then move across. I think the reason people like doing zentangle is because you don't have to think too much about it. So this is just 3 curves. Move along, 3 curves. Move along, 3 curves. You don't have to think about it at all. But essentially, when you're finished, it looks awesome. So here we go. Just switch it over. Go to the other side. Don't think about it. Just whack it in. If you're thinking this isn't going to fit quite right in there, then you're thinking too much about it. Just put it in and make it work. Sometimes it's going to work. Sometimes it's not. Here we go. Next row then. So another 3 there. Another 3 there. Another 3 there. And in there as well. Move to the other side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, you get 2 in there. Let's squeeze one more in. What about another? Yeah, let's put another lot in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. That'll do. Right, all those gaps that we've got left over in there where we haven't been able to put the 3 lines in, we're just going to bring some lines down, so top to bottom in all of those gaps. Look, just little lines going from the top to the bottom, going straight down. Gets a bit more interesting when you get to this area because we've got a little bit more gap. This is where you probably want to go a little bit further down, closer to your beak. There you go, little lines top to bottom. Just a nice way of filling those gaps. Okay, in the beak, let's just do a little flick off just at the top there. Look, flick there, a little flick off at the bottom. Maybe dot and dash it in the middle so it looks like there's a bit of an angle coming out on that beak. Right, let's go and get into the eyes now. We're going to go round the pupil like that. Double line it, nice and wonky. And then what we'll do is we'll split this pupil, or this iris, into quarters like that. Split it into quarters. Then we'll split them, each section, split it in half. And then each section again, split it in half again. And you can keep on going with this one. Keep on split it in half until you're happy with how it looks. I'm going to leave it like that. That's quite nice. But you can go really tight, so it becomes a really like black in the middle and lighter as they spread out on the sides. Do something similar over on the other side. So into quarters, then split each of those quarters in half. So you've got lots of quarters. And then split all of those. Just keep on going until you've got the same as what you had on the other side. Fabulous. Right, move down these bits here in the feathers. We're just going to put some lines. Look, the only thing with these lines is you've got to rotate the angle of the lines as you go around the bird. Take your time over it. Get it just right. Let's do them all. Here we go, one more time, one more row. It's a great way of practicing your line work. This is giving yourself a deadline so you know you've got to move fast, so you're not thinking, oh, I've made a mistake, let's go and fix that. All you're thinking is, right, let's just get it done, get it done, get it done. And what you'll notice is any little mistakes that you've made will kind of just disappear into the background as you carry on drawing. Right, same way as we did at the top. Let's just go and put some little lines in there to fill this gap down the bottom. It's all kind of zentangle work. It's just nice little details, repeating details. Awesome. Right, let's get into the leaves next. We've only got a few seconds left, so we're going to split those leaves in half, and then we're going to put some V shapes across them. Put these V shapes as close as you want together. The closer you go together, the longer they'll take, the more interesting they'll look. So it's totally up to you what you do there. Split it in half. V shape, V shape, V shape, V shape. Right, let's get into the trunk. What we'll do in the trunk is we're going to put a little half circle. Let's start anywhere in there. Put a half circle, keep on going bigger, bigger and bigger, bigger. You'll get to a point where you're kind of like off the page or off the trunk, like that. Once you get to that point, just move along, go down to the bottom instead and just go bigger and bigger and bigger. Just keep on repeating that till you get all the way next to the other one you've just made. You should get to a point where it can just kind of seamlessly join in like that. Let's do something similar over on this side. Look, join it all up together. Just curves getting bigger and bigger and bigger. There we go. That'll do. How we doing? That's it. We're done. That is the 15-minute challenge over. So yeah, super quick one. That felt like it went really fast. So yeah, use the hashtag #DoodleWithKorp. Have a little go yourself. See if you can get more or less in than me. But yeah, just have a go. Have some fun with it, and post your owls online and tag me in them so I can see them. Right, well done for taking part. I'll see you next week in another 15-minute doodle challenge.